couple of areas which I think really are impactful for a clinician such as myself and things that I'm going to take home to my practice. I'll break them down into three areas. One is the information we learned about LDL cholesterol. Probably our top rated session today, this weekend, was the Fourier study, which I think, along with Spire and some other studies like Ebbinghaus, really allowed us to further our information about how low we can go with LDL cholesterol, how safe it is, including neurocognitive effects, and the implications, of course, on hard outcomes, cardiovascular disease, neurologic disease, etc. So the take home for me here is that lower does seem to be better. It seems to be safe. The question is how these practice-changing data are going to be put into action into my practice. And I think in the United States, we still have to figure these things out with insurance companies, with patient compliance, etc. So the good news is we now have outcomes data. The other good news is we have other agents with less frequent administration of drugs, like the Orion 1 study showed us, that are really exciting, and I think that it's ripe for further research. The second area is, of course, our friends in the structural heart disease space, transcatheter aortic valve replacement. One of the major studies presented was the Surtavi study, which reinforced the ability of percutaneous transcatheter aortic valve replacement to really go head-to-head with surgical aortic valve replacement. Both are incredibly safe, effective, and I think a great option for our patients now with intermediate risk. We also learned a lot about cerebrovascular complications and thrombosis of these valves. So we're learning more and more as these technologies evolve. The last area is an area that we've been talking about for the last 20 or 30 years, and that's the risk and benefit of bleeding and thrombosis. And we learned more at this meeting about additional therapies such as rivaroxaban at low doses to even replace potentially aspirin in ACS cases, and of course how we should use these agents in venous thromboembolism. So we continue to learn. All of these areas are ripe for further ACC presentations, and I think there have been a lot of great science presentations here at ACC, things that we can actually take home in our pockets and put forth into good use for our patients.